This is the story about the Cofan people and one of their villages called Zabalo. This village is located in the northeastern part of Ecuador along the Agua Rico River. This video will introduce you to the people and the culture of the Cofan. In 1954, American missionaries traveled to Dureno to analyze the language of Ainge linguistically so that they could develop an alphabet, teach basic reading and writing skills, and translate the Bible into the language. Randy Borman, only 1 year old at the time, was raised in Dureno and later became the tribal leader of all 13 communities. He is bicultural and trilingual. He is the Western spokesperson for the Cofan.
Who the Cofan are, Cofan people as a whole, enter history in the Inca times actually, as one of the groups that was living along the side of the Andes, stretching out into the tropical rainforest in this whole region. Pretty much the same region, and as far as we know, all of the clues suggest that it was part of a larger language group that was all through northern Ecuador, and that were badly impacted by the Incas, the Inca invasions, and then of course the Spanish invasions right after that. We follow them through history and during the colonial times, because they were the main people living out in this area. They were considered a group that was difficult to work with, had their own customs, their own way of living and everything. But large populations that both the Incas and the Spanish talk about were decimated by the diseases, to the point where when my parents came in as missionaries in the 1950s, the group had been reduced to probably, was just down to really survival limits. There were probably only 400, 500 Cofans left in the world, Cofan speakers. Kind of floating around in a great big vacuum of the Agua Rico and the San Miguel to the north of here, the Putumayo. Hunting and fishing. 20th century lifestyle was just very simple. Small villages, maybe 70 or 80 people in a village. Zabalo presently numbers about 150. But the basic format was just hunting and fishing and subsistence agriculture and kind of floating around, and people who very independent, very socially interlinked with each other and constant visiting and talking, very friendly, very open people.
So I can give this to you to take with you this afternoon. Because are they going to help you with the signing the cypress tree and everything? Yeah.
The Cofan have an independent family style, but have large common areas in which visitors and families will sit together to talk for extended periods of time. They share what they did, saw, and experienced. It's not unusual for members to fabricate a story for the sake of telling a good story. There's a high degree of respect for social structure in which the parents are respected. All individuals in the Cofan community are considered equal as long as they provide a useful service to the community. This includes providing for the family, working on jobs around the house, or sometimes finding a job outside the village. This might include fishing. The Cofan will work to solve problems and get things done. They are very practical. The children will step in and complete tasks if the parents are unable. For example, this boy went hunting to get food for the family. His sister cleaned and prepared the armadillo for cooking. This was done because the parents went upriver with the shaman, and the older children stepped in to take care of the younger family members. Freedom is a highly important aspect of the Cofan culture. Any individual is allowed to do any activity as long as it is not detrimental to the society. This is most apparent when members of the tribe travel outside the village and integrate themselves with the Western world, which is more rigid with the restrictions and limitations. Children at a young age will venture into the jungle and explore. For example, we gave some Cofan children a video camera to record what they did on a daily basis. As you can see from this segment, they will play in the river, walk in the jungle, and climb a 60-foot radio tower. The Cofan are sensitive to nurturing, very hands-on and artistic. They are individualistic learners, but learn well in groups. All individuals are equal as long as they provide a useful service to the community. Elders take youths into the jungle to demonstrate and experience things firsthand. They are shown countless times until the children eventually learn the material. The men are the social outward people of the tribe.
In the kitchen again. Oh, Isa is fine.